PSA damaged my Pokemon cards. It wasn't even that bad. Let's talk about the cards in question. We have this PSA 7 Mewtwo EX from Red Flash and this Houndoom EX from Red Splash, also in a PSA 7. On the Mewtwo, we can see where it is damaged just at the tip of my finger. As it looks, this piece of plastic inside the case kind of closed on the card, and that's where it was damaged, and then they regraded it and they messaged me about it. Also on the Houndoom, you can see here, there's a little bit of a dent right next to the plastic insert. Next to the lightning symbol here, case has closed in on the card. Very similar to the Mewtwo, this does happen from time to time when you grade cards with PSA. Things do happen, but they did fix everything for me, and I'll explain what happened. So it's a big topic, PSA damaging cards. What has happened when PSA damages your cards? Hey Steve, has anyone ever damaged your cards? Has PSA ever destroyed your belongings? We're just going to go through everything, all right? So, hello Steven, I am emailing you regarding one of your PSA submissions, which we are working on getting back. Unfortunately, 2 of your items has incurred damage during our sealing process, and we sincerely apologize for the situation. Like I explained when I showed the cards off, it has a little bit of damage on the back, right where the case kind of closes in on the card. It's unfortunate, but it's what happens. The next part of the email kind of goes on to break down like the original verified grade, current PSA grade, difference of market value, and the grading fee, and then it goes again, original and verified grade, current PSA grade, market value, grading fee. They break that down for you just to let you know. On the Mewtwo, the original grade was a PSA 9. Then they damaged it during sealing and they regraded it a 7. The difference of the market value between a PSA 9 and a PSA 7 was $95 in their eyes, and the grading fee was $15. So they refunded me $110 on the Mewtwo. With the Houndoom, it was a PSA 10. Now it's currently a PSA 7. The market value is $25 difference between a 10 and a 7, and they refunded me $15 for the grading fee. All up, refunding me $150. As per our policy, we would like to credit the market and difference of market value of the cards towards this order, as well as remove the respective grading fees of $30 for a total credit of $150 to be applied towards the order. We would also like to offer to have the item encapsulated as the current PSA grade or as authentic at no additional cost, or we can return it to you raw, ungraded. And then they say, please let us know. I respond with yes, that's fine. And then they got the submission finished. It took about another week. That's probably the worst part about actually cards being damaged by PSA. This is probably my 3rd time in around 200 submissions, 10, 15,000 cards, I don't know, something like that. It hasn't happened that often, but whenever it does happen, your submission does get delayed the extra week. That's usually the only bad part, unless it's like a card that really means a lot to you. But when you're grading a lot of cards just to resale, they're not cards that you've just had forever. So it's not the end of the world. These things happen. It's business. But PSA handled it perfectly in my eyes. This time round, I'm perfectly happy. The difference between the card's market value is pretty on point and everything went pretty well. On this last picture here, I just pulled up some sales of the Houndoom and they offered me $40 in credit, $13 difference between PSA 10 sale and how much I was credited. So I got a PSA 7 of this Houndoom back, basically free. So I just need to sell this for $13. I'll break even, I'll move on. And the Mewtwo is a little bit harder. I couldn't actually find any PSA 9 sales. But I do estimate the price of the Mewtwo to be around $150, something like that. So, you subtract 110, 150, there's around $50 to $100 difference. Even might sell for 200 some days, it might sell for 150 other days. Something like that. Overall, I am happy these things happen. PSA has been pretty much great to deal with over any other grading company I've ever really used. I never actually had any problems with any submissions, nothing delayed, nothing lost, nothing missing, nothing damaged other than the cards where they have been damaged and they tell me about them. So I just wanted to explain the story, because a lot of people ask about what happens when damaged cards. I'm scared to send my cards in. This is a chance, but the chance is so low. I mean, it is so low. If you have any other questions about my situation or ways that maybe you would have handled it, or if you have anything in the comments, please throw them down. I'll talk to you about it. If you're always worried about sending your PSA submissions, please let me know. I'll talk you through it. I got a PSA submission guide up. If you need help with anything, I'm always here. So I just wanted to explain the story, and thanks for watching.